Well, hello everybody, and I'd like you to welcome you to this first very, very strange little podcast with myself, who's a resident of Mauzain-Saint-Mirmont here in the Dordogne, and my good friend Simon, who just happens to be the bass player from Lazarus Heights. What we're going to do, we've lived here, Simon's lived here, how long have you lived here now, Simon?
Coming up 10 years.
10 years, and I've only been here for 2, but my French is obviously much superior to yours.
Much superior. In fact, the English language is much superior to my French.
That's also true, yes, because you're a northerner, basically, so that we won't hold that against you, not from here. We've got Simon's 2 beautiful dogs here, Belle and Bo, as well, so if you hear some strange noises in the background, you know exactly what it is. Simon, you've always got a weird and wonderful story for us, so what's happened to you this week?
Well, this week, let's start with the tyre story. So I'm driving along and suddenly hear this bump, bump, bump. Looked and saw that the back tyre had gone down, and so decided that the game was up. So I put the spare on, went to the garage, and handed over the wheel, and was just chatting to a mate of mine while the mechanic had a look. And he said, "Oh yes, I've found out what it is." And I went to have a look, and I said, "Oh, it just looks like a brass nail or something like that." Mm-hmm. And so he got some pliers and he was messing about with it. And next thing I know is that the owner of the garage turned up and the chief mechanic, and they're all scratching their heads because what they pulled out of my tire was a live bullet. It had gone in point first, and it had the shell casing still on it. So, wow. The firing cap is actually bouncing on the road at 50 miles an hour through the forest, and could have shot my own tire off. Not bad, for a first question.
I don't know what to say about that one, really. I mean,
dangerous.
Dangerous. But what's the end of the story? I mean, what happened?
Well, they got the bullet out, and they said they'd never seen anything like it. This is a rear tire, so they couldn't understand how a bullet was facing upwards on a road and didn't get hit by the front tire. So they said, it was basically an act of God, and I got the impression that they felt privileged to have been involved in the extraction of said item. And then, of course, I'm not used to bullets and guns, so I took the bullet home, as you would, as proof of the story. And then I'm chatting to Sharon, my fragrant wife, who's currently working in Jersey. And she says,
That's not a sweater, by the way.
It's not a sweater, no. She's probably working in a t-shirt. Yes, Bo, no, you shouldn't do that, Bo. And then there was this big discussion about what you do with the bullet. Because we're scared of bullets because they're dangerous and they kill people.
Yes, they do. Yes.
So I threw it in the farmer's field. So at some point, it will go bang when he hits it with his tractor.
So did you explain to Sharon? She said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I've just shot up the road."
Yes. Oh, good. Good. You're almost too funny. You caught me out there.
No, I must accept we are actually recording this on one microphone as well. So if you hear some squeaking, it's me turning the mic stand because I can't get the bloody software working because I'm an idiot. But anyway.
None of that is in doubt.
So, that's the sort of thing that can happen to you here down in the lovely Dordogne. We're going to keep these relatively short. I mean, as I said, Simon is probably the most accident-prone man in the world, but he's quite a good bass player. And you are holding a beer, so what more can we say? I am. Yeah, tucked away in this tiny little studio in the backwaters of nowhere.
Indeed.
Yes.
Absolutely in the middle of nowhere. And I think the thing is that people come here on holiday, and when you come here in summer, it's absolutely packed with people. But 99% of the year, of course, there's just us here. And then you realise that this is actually the biggest forest in the Dordogne, the Forêt de Barade.
I didn't know it was called the Forêt de Barade.
You don't know where you live.
I had no idea.
Well, yes, I think the Forêt de Barade comes all the way over this way. I stand to be corrected. But you realise that, if somebody lives sort of 3-4 miles away, they still class themselves as a neighbour. And you're still allowed to knock on the door and ask for a cup of sugar and things like that. and general favours. So it is a very remote place to live, and I think you really feel it when you live here.
Well, you're pretty local to us, and you're what, 45 minutes away.
Something like that. It's a fair old drive. I mean, you couldn't walk it in a day.
No, but it's always worth coming here because the beer's good.
The beer's free.
Well, that's also true. Well, I'll be sending you an invoice later. But okay, listen. Listen. It's been lovely speaking with you all. We're going to say goodbye now and see if this has worked. Basically, and if it has, this will be out very soon on somewhere. And if it does work, we'll do some more.
Be on Netflix. Goodbye, Simon.
Goodbye, Simon.